Gunmen storm Plateau mining site, killing 4 in new attack. PDP acting national chairman meets Governor Bala in Bauchi amid party crisis. Court rejects Nnamdi Kanu's recusal request. And on the foreign scene, 1.9 million affected by Chad floods as all 23 provinces submerged. Good afternoon. Welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Now moving on to the details of the news. 4 youths have been killed in Plateau State following an attack by gunmen in Bokos local government area of the state on Friday night. It was learned that the victims were working at a mining site in Batura community when the gunmen attacked them around 9 p.m., killing 4 persons on the spot. The president of the Batura Youth Movement, Sebastian Majid, confirmed the killings in a statement on Saturday. Majid said the gunmen also injured 5 other persons during the attack before they fled the area. The youth leader gave the names of those killed as Buefong Musa, 21, Klingshak Dixon, 21, Promise Joshua, 20, and Nyam Abaka, 20. The spokesman for the Plateau State Police Command, Alfred Alabo, and the spokesperson for the military task force in charge of maintaining peace in the state, Major Samson Zakom, as well as the State Commissioner for Information, Musa Ashoms, were not readily available to comment on the incident as several calls put across to the phone lines rang out. Bandits launched a deadly attack on Dai town in Malumfashi local government area of Katsina State last night, killing Tanimu Al-Makiayi, the traditional leader of Danjangku, in his home. His family was also abducted during the raid. The police in Katsina State have yet to release an official statement regarding the recent incident, as the community mourns the call for peace and an end to the ongoing crisis in Nigeria grows louder. A high court sitting in Kebbi State has sentenced one Badamasi Abdullahi to life imprisonment for raping a 16-year-old girl at Damana area of Arugungu. The presiding judge, Justice Shamsuddin Jafar, found Abdullahi guilty under Section 259, subsection 1 of the Kebbi State Penal Code Law 2021 after the prosecutors presented 5 witnesses and tendered 7 exhibits to prove their case. According to the court records, Abdullahi, a close friend to the victim's brother, raped the girl despite her plea that she was menstruating. While delivering his judgment, the judge said the prosecutor's evidence was credible and uncontested by the defense counsel. In the political scene, the crisis of the People's Democratic Party, the PDP, may not be over anytime soon, as the embattled chairman, who is Umar Iliya Damagun, on Friday held a closed-door meeting with the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, Bala Muhammad of Bauchi State. Trust TV's Adamu Imam reports that the meeting had stakeholders from the Northeast Zone in attendance. Take a look.
The embattled acting national chairman of People's Democratic Party on Friday met with Governor of Bauchi State to seek for his support in resolving the internal wrangling.
Members of the PDP, that is governors, senators and members of the House of Representatives and the BOT, including the National Working Committee from both sides, so that will be very soon you will see this. And we will...
Who is acting national chairman?
You are creating the division, and I don't like it. As a leader, I said we are not recognizing any faction. We are together as a body, and definitely will, at the end of the day, resolve. No faction in the PDP.
The acting chairman, Damagun, declined to comment on the crisis rocking the party, but called on Nigerians to exercise patience with President Tinubu administration.
I said, those that collected spaghetti and wrappers to bring this government are feeling it more than anybody else. And this should be a lesson for all of us that we should look for credibility, those who are actually proven and tested, those who are ready to govern us, not is my type, like they have always said, Emilio.
The leadership of the party urged Nigerians to continue to have confidence in the main opposition. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
The Chief Judge of the Federal High Court of Nigeria, Justice John Soho, has rejected the recusal request of the detained leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, seeking reassignment of his case to another judge for trial. At the hearing on September 24th regarding the 7-count terrorism charges brought against him by the federal government, Kanu expressed a loss of confidence in the trial judge, Justice Binta Nyako, and requested her recusal. Justice Nyako agreed to the request and stated that she would send Kanu's case file back to the Chief Judge for reassignment. However, Justice Soho returned Kanu's case file to Justice Nyako, noting that 2 other judges had previously been recused from the case. He explained that Kanu's case had been reassigned to Justice Nyako due to its prolonged nature dating back to 2015, saying she had been handling the case for most of the time. She was deemed the most suitable judge to see it through to the conclusion. Justice Soho further stated that if Kanu insists on recusing Justice Nyako at the next hearing, he must file a written motion on notice, along with an affidavit detailing the grounds for his request. Kanu's counsel, Aloy Ejimako, confirmed the development, adding that Kanu's team is awaiting an official notice from the court and a new hearing date. The Federal High Court in Lagos has fixed November 1st of 2024 to rule on the application of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC, for the final forfeiture of the $2.45 million 7-choice landed properties and shares involving former governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele. On the same date, the court will also rule on the formal application filed by the former banker for a stay of proceedings. On August 15th of 2024, the court had authorized the EFCC to temporarily take custody of the assets. In granting the application, the court had directed the EFCC to publish the order of interim forfeiture for any person interested in the funds to show the court why it should not be finally forfeited to the federal government. At the resumed hearing on Friday, Rotimi Oyedepo, SAN, counsel for the EFCC, moved an application for the final forfeiture of the sum of $2.45 million, as well as share certificates, which he said was not contested by the interested party. In opposition, Olalekan Ojo, counsel to the interested party, that is Emefiele, urged the court to hold that the interested party has shown in a balance of probability that the court ought not to grant the final forfeiture of the properties. He adopted his written address and urged the court to refuse the application. Earlier in the proceedings, the court refused to stay further proceedings in the suit. Through his lawyer, Emefiele had urged the judge to stay proceedings pending the hearing of an appeal that he filed before the Court of Appeal, seeking to nullify the temporary forfeiture order earlier granted by the court. But Justice Deinde Dikpeolu held in his ruling that interested parties had the right to approach the Court of Appeal, which must be contingent on the trial court's decision. The Lagos Rail Mass Transit Red Lines phase 1, or the first phase rather, spanning 27 kilometers from Oyingbo to Agbado in Ogun State, is set to commence full fee-paying passenger operations on Tuesday, October 15th, 2024. The disclosure was made by Abimbola Akinajo, Managing Director of the Lagos Metropolitan Area Transport Authority, in a statement released on Thursday. The upcoming launch follows the commissioning of the first phase in February by President Bola Tinubu, marking a significant shift from test runs to full commercial fee-paying services. The statement further noted that Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu is expected to lead the launch of these operations, accompanied by members of his executive council and other dignitaries. This development is expected to significantly enhance the transportation options available to Lagos residents, especially those commuting between Agbado, Ikeja, Oshodi, and Lagos Island. Lack of acceptability in the society and poor basic facilities are some of the factors affecting the lives of visually impaired persons and other people with special needs in the society. This is coming from the community of the people with special needs as the world marked the International World Sight Day. Trust TV's Bello Musa has more on this.
The day is being celebrated to bring attention to the growing need for access to eye care services and to encourage government organizations and individuals to prioritize the prevention of avoidable blindness and visual impairment. According to experts, 80% of blindness can be prevented.
Children these days stay a lot indoors. Now that indoor, and then indoors of course because we provide them with tablets, with phone calls, they have access, unlike children in the past. It has its own effect because what we promote is what we call myopia, which is short-sightedness. A lot of children that are indoors, engage with laptops or phones or tablets, has some disadvantage. It's shortening their sight.
But for us in the military, it has an even more significant importance in the sense that without good eyesight, you cannot even use your personal weapon to even defend yourself.
However, for the visually impaired persons, it is a day to reflect on the challenges affecting their development.
The challenges are numerous, but as you have mentioned, some of the challenges include but not limited to like societal acceptability, improper infrastructural development, and poverty, economic opportunities, and other lifetime participation and opportunities. So the society do not, consider people with disability, especially the visually impaired, as we are talking about, as people that can have the capacity to deliver or participate on equal and equitable basis with other individuals in society. So acceptance or acceptability is one of the challenges.
According to Ibrahim, addressing the issue of inequality and other social injustices against the people with special needs requires legal framework.
So I think one of the ways to address these highlighted challenges is to faithfully, fully implement all the legal frameworks, all the laws in existence at international, regional, national, and local level shall be implemented so that people will be aware, will be informed about all such, legal frameworks, their provisions and the consequences, so that when any of the part of the, legal frameworks or laws is being violated, so appropriate action, sanctions will be taken against any individual.
The theme of this year's celebration is Children Love Your Eye. Bello Musa, Trust TV News.
Moving on to more stories now, as the world celebrates the girl child, experts have called investment in sound education for proper girl child development in Nigeria. Trust TV's correspondent engaged the experts on factors that can help build female children in the country. Take a look.
Day of the Girl Child is celebrated globally every 11th October with the aim of raising awareness about the importance and development of girl children in any society. Some girl children who spoke to Trust TV said they are proud of their gender.
It feels good to be a girl because wherever you go, you are respected and you are a notable person wherever you go. So it feels good. It really feels good to be a girl. Like, I appreciate myself for being a girl, and I promise myself to bring out the best version of me. I will urge you people to work hard, bring out a great version of yourself. Don't stop working. because everything has its own reward.
A social facilitator, Celestina Dediron, noted that only through sound education and goal setting that girl children can achieve success.
That they should set a goal that is attainable, that they need to understand their strengths, their passion, so that to actualize their vision for the future. Just like the team says, girls' vision for the future. So as girls, they need to know this in order to actualize their vision for the future. Also, education is very important in whatever they want to get as girl child. They should make sure that they are well educated, because education will not make them to be inferior to their mates. Education will help them to be innovative and creative.
The wife of the Oyo State governor called on relevant stakeholders to partner to ensure that girl children realize their dreams.
You must have a clear vision for your future. It is essential to success. For example, if you aspire to be a doctor, engineer, lawyer, leader, artist, or entrepreneur, study hard and stay focused on your education for your future as you envision it is in your hand.
Analysts used the occasion to call on government at all levels to invest more in education to address the out-of-school children problem in the country.
Nigerians are outraged by NNPC's fuel price hike to 1,030 naira per litre, warning it will drive up cost of goods and services. In response to this, Abdulrahman Bashir Haske, a station owner in Yola, is subsidizing fuel to below 1,000 naira per litre to ease the burden on farmers and commercial drivers. Gibson Swadigo tells us more.
In Yola, NNPC stations are selling fuel at 1,098 naira per litre, just hours after the official price was raised to 1,030 naira, while independent stations charge 1,250 to 1,300 naira. The hike has sparked widespread frustration, deepening distrust in the government. The removal of subsidies continues to worsen the hardship for the masses.
Definitely, yesterday's price was different, but today we came and the price was also different. So today we saw the price at 1,098 naira. So all of us are shocked, and the thing is very, very depressing to all Nigerians. Despite Nigeria being the owners of crude oil, but at the end we are all suffering because of fuel and queuing up for fuel that we have in our country.
At a Yola filling station, Abdurrahman Bashir Haske is offering fuel at 998 naira per litre, subsidizing it for the masses. Umar Sanusi Madaki explains that Abdurrahman is deeply concerned about how the price hike impacts underprivileged Nigerians, driving his decision to keep the price below 1,000 naira.
So we are targeting at least not less than 10,000 people. So he did this program to help everybody, though basically it's for farmers. But we understand you cannot just restrict yourself saying only for farmers. There are people with we call them here. So we also have to help them. There are all these drivers. Transport are so cost these days.
Beneficiaries of this gesture express deep gratitude and urge others to follow suit in easing the hardship caused by the fuel price hike.
Yes, grateful. We are happy to find this fuel at the rent of 998 naira, because other filling stations are selling 1,200 naira. So we have some discount.
Because I'm very happy. That is why I'm even here. I'm here since 5 a.m. in the morning. So just to have this, subsidy. So I'm very, very happy.
With fuel prices now exceeding 1,000 per litre at NNPCL stations, Nigerians are anxiously hoping it doesn't soar to 2,000 naira per litre. Gibson Soadgo, Trust TV News, Yola.
The Northeast Development Commission, NEDC, has said it will soon deploy solar-powered tricycles taxis and buses across the northeastern states to cushion the effects of transportation fare and interstate trips. The NEDC disclosed this during its meeting with transport stakeholders comprising the NATO and NURTW drawn from the region. The managing director of the Northeast Development Commission, Muhammad Al-Ghali, said the initiative is part of President Bola Tinubu's plan to transform the transport sector and reducing costs. He said the electric vehicles will be launched in 3 phases, beginning with 10,000 tricycles, followed by taxis and buses before the end of the year.
Some few days ago, we presented the model of the e-mobility we are going to produce in the start. And Mr. President graciously approved that we should go ahead. For a start, we have 3 types we are considering. One is general recycling, which is popularly known as Ikimorwa or whatever name is being called. But in our case, we call it INAFEF. We did a lot of time to make sure that it is functional and efficient.
It's going to be a good suggestion to the Commission after evaluation and monitoring of the first phase of this project. We would like you to come up with a head of trucks for conveying goods interstate, because buses are also interstate and small vehicles are for within the state. But to convey goods and a big, very giant project is going to be by trucks. So, sir, we are advising and suggesting that you come off your team, your research team should think very well about trucks.
Away from Nigeria, all of Chad's 23 provinces have been impacted by intense floods brought on the severe rainfall. Over 550 people have died and 210,000 homes have been washed away, and around 432,000 hectares of land and 72,000 livestock destroyed. This comes as the country declared a food security and nutrition emergency in February. Of the approximately 1.9 million people affected in the country, the United Nations Population Fund says 85,000 are estimated to be pregnant women. Families are now sheltering in makeshift sites and schools, left without access to health services, clean drinking water, sanitation and hygiene, as diseases like diarrhea, malaria, respiratory and skin infections could rise. Widespread flooding across the West and Central African region has triggered crisis for close to 2 million people and with devastating consequences. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa will not face criminal charges over a hidden cash scandal that was revealed more than 2 years ago and led to an investigation by a special police unit. Prosecutors said Thursday that a former national security chief laid a criminal complaint against Ramaphosa in June 2022, accusing him of kidnapping, bribery and other crimes in relation to the theft of $580,000 in U.S. banknotes that was stashed in a couch at the president's ranch. The former security boss, Arthur Fraser, alleged that Ramaphosa had been keeping the cash hidden in furniture at his ranch to evade South Africa's foreign currency laws when it was stolen. Fraser said in the affidavit filed with police, instead of reporting the theft, Ramaphosa tried to cover it up by having members of his presidential prosecution and protection unit track down the thieves, kidnapped them, and then bribed them to keep quiet about the existence of the money. The theft happened at Ramaphosa's game farm in rural northern South Africa in early 2020 and had been kept quiet until Fraser's allegation. He denied wrongdoing and said the cash came from the legitimate sale of buffaloes at his Falafala game farm. And with that, we have come to the end of a news update on Trust TV. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms for more news programs and documentaries. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.